Recent podcast, I wondered aloud if Erling Haaland could win the Ballon D'Or without having played at the World Cup. And there is an interesting Haaland versus Messi, club versus country debate brewing. The great Michael DeCourcy of the Sporting News texted me this past week, and he said he was conducting an informal survey of soccer people, and he asked me if I had to vote today, who would I vote for, Haaland or Messi? My response, and I think the article came out today, was that I would go with Messi because I think this is the last award in which we still have to pay off Messi winning the World Cup. And then we can move on. But I did caveat it by saying that if City win the treble and Haaland continues in the pace he's on, which means finishing with close to 60 goals this season, it will make things very interesting because there will be a sentiment that, hey, we know the World Cup is big, but it's only 7 games versus what this guy did over a whole season. So where do you come down on that?
And there's a part of me that doesn't want to punish Erling Haaland for where he was born.
Right.
And for the national team that he plays with. And we've seen this over the years. And yet, I think I'm willing to punish him when it comes to Messi. And maybe that's the ultimate tribute to Messi and how important and big and meaningful and obviously good and talented that he is. But, he was also born, not necessarily that you have to be, but he plays for Argentina. And Erling Haaland doesn't. So, yeah, I'm okay in this situation, absolutely voting for Messi over Haaland. And Messi does it on 2 fronts, and people are going to argue, yeah, but Haaland doesn't have the opportunity to do it on 2 fronts. Well, he does. He just doesn't have. He's not going to get the service. He's not going to get the amount of chances that Messi is going to get playing for a team like Argentina. So. Them's the breaks, my friend. That's just that's the way that it goes. But I think Messi's winning it. I don't even think there's a chance that Haaland wins it right now.
I'm told our former producer, Frances Arthur, is in the control room. She is the world's biggest Messi fan and is taking shots at me for even raising this question.
For even raising it?
Yes.
Oh, I think it's a completely legitimate and fair question to raise. And that's how that just shows how good this guy is and has been. And keep in mind, we talked about Giacomakis in the last segment. Again, he came in, and yes, he had a pedigree of scoring goals, but you never know if it's going to translate. And yes, he's doing it for arguably the best team in the world, so he's going to have plenty of opportunities, but you still got to be able to do that. And so it was money well spent, and in a year, this conversation is being had. And it's not that we didn't know who he was, but it was always he's up and coming. Where's he going to go and all that kind of stuff. But now, even before what might be another move at some point, we're talking about him being the best player in the world, and that has happened within the year because he came in and did exactly what he was paid all that money to do, and did it at an even higher level than he was doing it before.
You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops every week. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops twice a week right here on my very own YouTube page. The only way to stay up to date is to hit that subscribe button down below. Size the day, and see you soon.